The last week has been really extraordinary in terms of the intensity of events that happened, and some of these events to me were life changing. As Mustard Seed were, supposed to be the managing partners for this huge event that we had planned on February 1, Entrepreneur Dynamics by Roger Hamilton. And everything was going well. And just the previous day, that is on Friday, the 31st of Jan, at around 5 o'clock, everything shifted. And that's when, my wife, who was a managing partner for Entrepreneur Dynamics in India, Deepa, got a call from one of the team members of Roger saying that, Roger has taken ill and he is in no position to speak at tomorrow's event. You can imagine just a few hours to go. In fact, less than 14 hours, and we get this news. And it was an extraordinary situation. But the reason why I'm shooting this video, because through this entire experience, there are some precious lessons and realizations that we have had. My mentor, John Maxwell, always gives this very beautiful format to reflect on the past experiences so that it can become meaningful learning. And he says, who did you see, what did you do, and what did you learn? And so when I look back, it was, something really extraordinary. And what I could see was amazing clarity with which Michelle Clark, who is a core team member of Roger Hamilton's team, from UK, she came on the call. And in about, 15-20 minutes, the clarity with which, she approached this entire situation and addressed the team members and gave the path, this is what we're going to do. And that was simply amazing for me to see. And we had partners, for this event, and without the partners, we could not have pulled this off. And at around 5:30, I got the surprise that Roger is not speaking, so you will have to take one of the sessions. Now, I am a speaker. For 20 years, I have been training, coaching, and doing workshops, and I would have taken more than 200,000 people through my workshops. But you can imagine, this is not an easy situation. Just a few hours before, and Michelle Clark asked me, Anil, are you game for it? Can you do this? And at that time, I don't know. My mind was not thinking, but my heart said, yes, of course, because that's what I learned from Jim Rohn. Whenever you get an opportunity, your language has to be, of course, I can do it. And then later figure out how you're going to do it. And after this call with Michelle Clark, we got on a call with the partners. And this is what I want to mention. That's when the chips are down, that's when you get the true essence of who people really are. And, I hope I don't forget, but Suresh Menon was extraordinary in his response. In fact, all the partners, Neeraj Shah, Shivani Divecha, my friend, my batchmate, and friend for over 20 years, Shailendra Dave. These were people who've been really, really extraordinary. And they were, of course, I hope I don't forget any names here, because and if I do, please forgive me, because each one of those people who turned in actually in spirit, showed that spirit of empathy and the spirit of genuine human concern and compassion, when they turned up. Our very close family whom we take for granted, and sometimes we give up on them. My youngest daughter was there when this call happened, and she could actually sense that something has gone wrong. She's just in the 9th grade, and I could see a very different side of my daughter, Sarah, here. And she said, Mama, you look a little worried. Papa also looks worried. What happened? And when she knew this, she just, tried to make things easier. Some of the photographs that you're going to see in this video, they have been clicked by my elder daughter, Dia. Now, in times of adversity, when the chips are down, you really come to know the strength of the support system that you have. And I have my team, Mustard Seed, and they have labored, they have really labored, especially Mayur, Priyanka, Hema. They've been on this. Just imagine we were trying to, take early off on that day, because the next day you need to wake up early, be there. at the event, and at 5:30 when you get this call, and when you are mentally prepared to just go home, that's when the team has to stay back and call the participants who have already registered to attend. And it's not easy. It's not easy by any measure. But the way I experienced people coming together and encouraging us, not just with words but also in action, that is something which I can never ever forget. And that was something again which spoke about the Mumbai spirit, which is so famous. And we know that in times of adversity we really step up our game. Deepa, spearheaded this entire thing. I could see a side of her which did not crack up. And normally people would crack up in a situation like this. We are spiritual people, and the first thing I remember we did was we got down on our knees and we said, God, you need to intervene in this situation and you need to turn this around for us. And just the previous week I posted a video on managing, how do we approach adversity, where I said that the greatest university is the university of adversity. Now, scarcely did I know that I would be in one of those situations like that. And in times like this, you either get broken and shattered, or in times like this, you emerge stronger. And that's exactly, what has happened to us as Mustard Seed. We have emerged stronger. Now, if you see some of the photographs, just before the event, myself, Suraj and Catherine, who were supposed to be, speaking and filling in for Roger. Now, it's not easy. When people are mentally prepared to see somebody and a person of Roger's stature, it's by no means easy to stand on that stage. But this is what I learned long back. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. And I think that really, stood me in great stead. The session went off very well, and was much appreciated. And I look forward, because what has emerged now is a very strong core team, and it gives us the confidence that we can do lot more bigger and better events than this. And that would be our salute to the spirit of the Mumbaikar. Hope you enjoyed this.